Hello, I'm Kelsey, and when I was 10 years old, my mom fell in love with her boss, left me and my dad, and moved into her new lover's mansion in the rich part of town. I was so upset I cried for weeks. But worse than that was how devastated my dad was. It has taken him years to move on from this. And even now, he still refuses to speak to my mom. He lets me spend weekends with her, but he has no contact with her at all. When she picks me up, he goes to his workshop at the bottom of the garden. It's made things really awkward. But worst of all is my mom's new family. Her new husband's kid, Zoe, my stepsister, she's a total brat. She's a year older than me, and she's the richest kid in our school. Yep, we go to the same school. Her dad, my mom's new husband, is like a millionaire. He buys my mom and Zoe whatever they want. And Zoe always comes to school wearing the latest catwalk trends. Everyone knows we're stepsisters, but you wouldn't believe it if you saw us together. Well, not that we're together often. Not out of choice, anyway. She's so mean to me. I've been wearing the same clothes for years. My dad makes me wear them until they're basically falling apart at the seams. He even made us take sewing classes together. He thought it was good bonding time, and, well, he can't really afford to buy me anything new very often. You see, when Mom left us, Dad refused to take any money from Mom, even though Dad's kind of poor. He makes furniture for a living, so we struggle through each month. Sometimes I just wish I could let my mom buy me some nice clothes. But I know Dad would get really upset because I'd be wearing Frank's money. Oh, yeah, Frank is my mom's new husband. Anyway, Zoe's 16th birthday was coming up, and she was going all out and throwing the biggest Sweet 16 bash anyone in our town had ever seen. She'd even hired a band, rented a catwalk, and some famous models were coming to do a fashion show. The weekend before her party, my mom and Zoe were shopping for outfits. Dad had given me $20, which I thought might be enough to buy a new dress. Zoe burst out laughing when she saw my measly $20. Mom just sighed. She knew better than to offer me money now. Zoe was prancing about trying on Gucci dresses. Her dad had given her $2,000. Out of nowhere, the jealous in me just started bubbling up. I couldn't stand it anymore. Right there in the fancy store, I started sobbing. I told Zoe it's not fair. She can have whatever she wants and doesn't have to worry about hurting her dad's feelings. Mom tried to calm me down, but I ran out of the shop. I hated how spoiled Zoe was, and she was always so horrible to me. She didn't understand what it was like to be poor. I kept running until I reached a cafe, and I decided I would just spend the $20 on lunch. I didn't need a new dress to try and impress Zoe and her stuck-up friends. As I sat lost in thought eating my spaghetti, Zoe came in. What is she doing here? I thought. I really wasn't in the mood to hear about her amazing dress. I just wanted to be left alone. She begged me to come back with her to the store. I just finished my spaghetti and agreed. It wasn't worth it to argue with her. She'd just make my life hell. On the way back, her dad called. After he hung up, she started sobbing. He'd just told her he wouldn't be home in time for her party since the conference in New York had been delayed. He'd transferred another $2,000 to her bank and told her to get a nice new handbag for the big day. I couldn't understand why she was crying. She looked at me and said, "Don't you get it? You're so lucky, Kelsey. Your dad loves you so much, and he's always spending time with you. He loves you so much, he even sews your old clothes up and actually enjoys spending time with you." I still didn't get it. But then, between sobs, she just blurted it out. "I'm jealous, okay?" Suddenly, everything made sense. The way she treated me, the way she spoke badly of my dad and teased us for wearing old rags. She was just jealous because my dad actually prioritized me. I almost wanted to laugh. We had been so mean to each other over the past few years. All because of jealousy? I hugged her and told her it's okay. I said I'd been jealous too, and that's why I'd stormed out of the shop. I guess the grass is always greener, right? We both realized that our dads love us, they just have different ways of showing it. And one way isn't more right than the other. And now, well, let's just say we're getting along pretty well. What do you think of this story? Feel free to share your comments and stories in the comment section below. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.